After a night of tumultuous sleep, Colleen dragged herself up and was off to work. Sam had left for school without a word like most days, but today seemed different. What could she do to get him to see how wrong he was in his thinking? Should she, as a parent, get him fired from his job? She couldn't do it and felt ashamed. Sam was right. They did need the money. She went about preparing the salads at work as she routinely would do while mentally sorting out what Sam had said and applying it to her own dilemma. Is Sam right? He's just a kid, she reminded herself. But what if he is right? I would be able to earn the money I need to support my family, she considered while slicing tomatoes. Tomorrow was Friday, and she had to decide. Colleen looked up from the slicer. Someone was calling her. Yes, she answered, looking for the speaker. You have a call from your son in the office? Miss McBride said. Colleen turned the slicer off and wiped her hands on her apron. This was a first. She always gave Sam her work telephone number, but he had never called. She picked up her pace as she went toward the office. Hello, Sam? Ma, I just got a call from NC State. They want to talk to you right away. They couldn't get you at home, so they called me at school. What's wrong? What'd they say? I asked the same thing, but they wouldn't tell me. They said they needed to speak with you. Write this telephone number down. Suddenly, Colleen felt panic rising inside her as she looked at the telephone number she'd hastily scribbled on a paper scrap from the trash. She hung up the telephone and began to gasp. Lord, help me, she whispered. Her hands shook as she punched in the telephone number. Whatever the call was about, if they had called Sam, it couldn't be anything she wanted to hear. She tried to calm herself with slow, deep breathing. Sounds of the phone ringing in her ear began, and the line opened. Hello, this is Esther Matthews' mother, Colleen Matthews. The contact explained briefly that Esther had been robbed and assaulted while returning to work after lunch. Today was a workday for her. The school's security office had reported the incident to law enforcement since it had occurred on campus. Esther had been taken by emergency medical transport and was being treated for her injuries at the hospital. Dear God! Colleen began to cry and collapsed in the chair nearest the phone. After the news about Esther soaked in for a moment, she realized that the voice on the phone was telling her to take down some information. She grabbed a pen and used the desk notepad to write down the hospital address and other contact information. Hanging up the phone brought a new rush of sobs from Colleen. Why did people have to be so cruel? Esther had never hurt anyone. She whispered a prayer of thanks that her daughter was alive. Still, she wondered how serious Esther's injuries were. She told the shift manager what had happened and was relieved of her duties until Monday. She got her purse and left straight away, still in her work apron. On the way home, Colleen wondered how she was going to get to Raleigh. Fayetteville was less than 70 miles away, but she was too unsteady. And besides, she couldn't afford the trip expense. She'd have to do what she dreaded even more than asking the church for help. Ask Uncle Barnabas. There was no one else, family or friend, that could help her on little to no notice. He was the only one.